Welcome to CDS. My name is Jerry Lamort and I'm the service manager here at CDS. Today in this video, we will be talking about the custom downstream system machine, the Belt Holoff 36-8V, which stands for 36-inch long by an 8-inch wide contact surface. In this video, we will be going over the operation and installation of the machine. When you receive your machine, it will be on a skid. Have your machine removed from the skid from a qualified forklift operator. Once the machine is like this on the floor, you will be easily able to move it around because you have 4 casters on it. 2 in the front are swivel casters and 2 in the back are fixed casters. As you may see, even by being alone, I'm pretty able to move the machine as I need. Although we recommend to have 2 to 3 people to move the machine around and to put it in position in your production line. To level the machine, we will need a few tools. 2 levels, a long one and a shorter one, and also a hand tool like a wrench. We don't recommend that you use a power tool because then you will overshoot your leveling. By placing the levels on the skirt of the machine, we will use the jack screws to level it out. We always recommend that you level 2 screws at a time. So in this case, we will first level the back and forth, and then after the side by side. Always go a quarter of a turn at a time. And you're going to do it on 2 screws or 2 jack screws at the time. Once this is done, we will look at the level. If the levels are perfect, we're done. If not, we will adjust until we have a perfect level. For the electric installation, have the electricity done by your local electrician who knows your state laws. Once he has done that, he will be able to connect the machine either with the use of a quick connect or hardwired directly. The other installation that you will need to do is connect the remote control, which we provide when you purchase the equipment. Just connect the remote cable to the remote control and we clip it in. As for your 0-10 volts connector, that actually comes from your extruder or either your master control system. This is the signal that the follower command will get in order to have your speed reference on the machine. We have 3 connections that we need to do on this machine. We have the pneumatic connection, which is over here. You're going to take your pneumatic hose and we're just going to connect it. Right now, by the factory, we set it at 80 psi. We don't recommend going over 100 psi as your main entrance of the air. The electric controls on the CBH series are pretty simple. You have on top over here the speed display. Then on the bottom you have the reset for your safety, your start stop to activate and stop your conveyors. The master and follower signal, basically the master is a speed reference that comes from the potentiometer on the machine, or the follower is actually that you're sending a 0-10 volts from either the extruder or your master control. Then below it we have the open and close for your top conveyor to control the pneumatic, and the e-stop, which you have 3 e-stops on this machine. When we go to the remote, you have the same component, which is your speed display. When you are in master mode, you will be able to control the speed from the potentiometer, and you have your start stop to activate or stop your machine from a distance. The remote will have either a 50 feet, 75 feet or 100 feet depending on which option you choose. On the CBH series, you have the option to have your top conveyor open and close on the pneumatic cylinder. If that is an option you select, you will have then the pneumatic control. Once we activate the cylinder, the close section is to regulate how much air you want to have closing the cylinder on the product. The maximum that we recommend is 80 psi, and you can have a wide range between 20 to 80 psi depending on how sturdy your product is. If ever you have a more fragile product, then we can have the balance, which is basically counterbalance, that goes at the opposite section of your air cylinder in order to slightly open the cylinder and preventing the crushing of your product. This is very helpful when your product is fragile, in which you want to hold down pressure, but you don't want to crush whatever you have to hold down. Either is a tube or a pipe. In this instance, it would be a much more beneficial system. Another adjustment that we have with the CBH series, since we have the pneumatic option of the top conveyor, is a ratchet system for your bottom conveyor. So on your bottom conveyor, we will be able to adjust it by bringing up and down with this lever. Then, as you would use a standard ratchet system, you will just switch it one way or the other to bring it up or to bring it down. As you may see with the ratchet system, it's pretty easy, even using one hand, to bring the conveyor up or to bring the conveyor down. We have one of the mechanical adjustments, which is the guide rollers. We're going to just unscrew the top section of the guide roller, and we're going to adjust it as we need depending on the width of the product. Once we are at the proper width, we will close and tighten the screw. We can also put away the handle, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. This is one of the mechanical adjustments that we have on the CBH series. Here is the location for the encoder. We actually have two locations for the encoder on a CBH series. This would be if you want a shaft-mounted encoder. Although note that the encoder is not part of the CBH or of the puller section, actually comes with your saw. If ever you want a more traditional place for an encoder bracket, here will be the two holes to mount your encoder bracket. Basically, the encoder will be on top of the belt. For a higher precision, we do recommend having the encoder shaft mounted. In order to stop your machine, or when your production run is terminated, you can press the stop button on the main operator panel, open your top conveyor. You can either also do it with the remote. Let's say the machine is running, you can stop it from your remote. And when you need to power down, you just will need to go on the main operator panel, and you will be able to turn off your machine to have the power turned off. In this condition, the machine is completely off and will not operate. The machine safety features has a full safety cage, 3 feet tunnels, one at the entrance and one at the exits, 3 e-stops at the same position on the operator panel, the entrance, and another one here at the exit. And also on the doors, we have magnetic door switches. Once the doors are open, you will not be able to start your machine. In order to start your machine, you will have to close the doors, reset your safety, and then you'll be able to start your machine and operate your machine. In the case of an emergency and you need to hit the e-stop, activating the e-stop will bring the top conveyor back up. Your machine will stop, and you will not be able to restart your machine until the e-stop is pulled out and reset. So by pulling out the e-stop, the light indication will go off. We can reset our safety, and now we can resume operation. Thank you for watching. Please remember to subscribe, like, and comment this video. If you have any questions, go visit our website, cdsmachines.com. The link is in the description below. Also, you can always contact one of our sales territory manager. Once again, thank you for watching.